a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, everybody. I am at the Spirit Center tonight, but so excited to be live on air with you. It is our date night, and I'm very excited here. I'm going to take your calls on air. So the number is 323-992-3115. 323-992-3115. So we have a lot to go over. Tomorrow I leave bright and early for New Jersey, and I'm just so excited to do that. The Eagles are playing tonight, so go Eagles, go Birds. But it has been such an amazing week with Spirit. You know, I was telling a friend the other day about how we just get these signs and symbols, and Spirit will let you know if you're on the right path, and they'll let you know just to kind of like a cheer and yes and keep going. And I kept referencing a feather. I kept saying, oh, you know, like you may see a feather. And I said it like 3 or 4 times during this conversation. And I was like, talking to her, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. I'm on my way into the gym. I'm gonna take that spinning class. And as I looked down, there was this huge white feather. And so it was just the coolest thing, like just such validation. So you have to kind of look at your own life, look at where you are and say, am I really getting these signs? Or, you know, am I just not noticing them? Am I not expanding that awareness to pick up on it? Because a big part of us tuning in and picking up is, my thing is on. Sorry, guys. You may hear some beeping just because we're in the center tonight. So, and I didn't want to, I think I'm still in Facebook. So sorry. But what we're going to do tonight is take callers. So make sure you have your question ready. Know what you want to ask. If you want to connect to a loved one, just make sure you let me know who it is so we can just dive right on in there. And the other thing is, because I'm working remotely, make sure you really speak up. Have a very clear sound. There just can't be Bluetooth tonight or speakerphone or any of the distractions. It will just be too tough. So what I need from you is you to work, and we'll do this together, and we're going to get as many calls as we can. But in New Jersey, so I'll be in New Jersey tomorrow. All the private readings are booked. There are no spaces left, but I'm super excited. I can't wait to see everybody who did book a session. And then on the 18th, so Thursday, October 18th, is Sip with Spirit. Now, this is just going to be such an amazing night. It is an hour and a half of wine tasting, light snacks, just for people to really try things. All the wine tastings included in the ticket price. Then we're going to move to the terrace room, and I'm going to do an evening of spirit messages. And it is amazing how much has been coming through lately, how spirit is validating what they are giving us. It really is remarkable. So I'm excited about that. And then afterwards, on the 20th, I will be in Orlando at the venue again. The venue is this theater in Orlando, and I've been there. This would be my 3rd time there. It's fantastic there. It's such a warm, loving group. Blue runs it. Jackie helps her, and they do everything there. And it is just so powerful to see a woman who is working so hard to create community in her own right in Orlando. So I love going there and being a part of it. So I'm excited. So those are the 2 places I'm going to be before I am back here in LA. But there's a secret destination I'm going to. So make sure you tune into the Coffee with Colby's at 10 a.m. so you can find out that secret location. I'm so excited. I'm going to do the Coffee from Colby's there, and we're going to have a blast. But I do believe we have some callers on the line. I think Tony is going to help me with those. We have callers, Tony?
We sure do. Quite a few of them.
Oh, yay. All right. Well, I think we're going to get started. Before we just take one, let me just remind you, make sure that listen to your name, listen to your area code. If your area code comes forward, be ready to be present, pick up that phone, because if we have any delays tonight, we have to hang them up. And again, if you can respond to me as quickly as possible when I'm speaking to you, that will just kind of help everything, okay? I think we get started, Tony. What's our first area code?
760.
All right, here we go. 760. You are on the air.
Thank you.
Hi, who is this?
This is Armida.
Hi, Armida. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I was just wondering if I could connect with a loved one.
Sure. Can you just let me know if there's a specific loved one, just because we're going to do these a little rapid fire tonight.
Okay. Mother.
All right. Okay. Perfect. That was really good. Just even because when I first answered your call, I heard it. There was a mother around. So this will be really fun. You would understand,
okay.
You would understand mom kind of stepping up to the front when she needed to, because I just answered your call and I could feel her already. So I feel like, you and her were really close. And I feel like when push came to shove, she would always just be there for you to talk. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I just feel like, too, she was never going to miss a call with you. Like, I feel like I think you would talk all the time. And I feel like she'd always be ready by that phone waiting for you. Does that make sense, too?
Yes. We talked on the phone all the time.
That's what she gives me. So that's why when we connected right away, she's like, oh, I'm right here. I'm ready. And I get this
great.
And I get this sense around her where she just feels to be really wanting to be a part of people's lives. Like, she doesn't feel overly domineering or anything like that. She's very graceful.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gracefulness about her, But I do feel like she really loved being a part of people's lives. And I feel like her being needed, though, was huge to her. She loved when you asked her for her opinion or asked her for some advice. I really feel like she really loved when you were doing that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And mom keeps showing me a coffee cup. So I do feel like she's sitting there when you would see her, just sitting there over just a cup of coffee or something. Like, she just feels like that's her happy place, is at the table with her cup.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You understand the cup, or always having a cup of coffee, or just a cup?
We were in the kitchen quite often eating.
Okay.
Eating breakfast or dinner.
Yeah, she's definitely given me the coffee cup. Now, mom also makes me feel like she was ill prior to the passing. So I feel like her system was starting to shut down prior. Does that make sense? Like cancer or an illness? Do you understand that?
Yeah, but
okay.
we didn't know, and I don't believe she knew that she was sick prior to passing.
Well, she gives me this feeling around her of, I feel like we could tell something was a little off, but we just couldn't quite see what it was. Like, I don't think we were thinking it was this, but I know she felt a little funny, but just kept thinking, oh, I'm having some stomach stuff, or I'm having indigestion. Like, I think she just kept thinking it was little stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And she keeps giving me pastry. So I feel like she would really like snacks. I feel like she definitely enjoyed making sure snacks were out for guests and stuff, So I know she really enjoyed that a lot. She also gives me this sense around her of, it feels like you would have lived with her, though, at some point. Or did she stay with you, or did you live with her at some point towards the end? Because she keeps showing me you with her all the time.
Well, once she got sick suddenly, I was there every minute.
Okay.
But
I will tell you that she makes me feel like she really loved this. Even though she's sick, she makes me feel like she loved having you around.
Mhm.
She also keeps giving me a feeling there's something around water. I think you'd have a glass of water by the bedside and you were trying to get her to drink water, but she didn't want water, or there's something with a glass of water.
Mhm.
Does that make sense to you? Do you understand something about you got to either you're trying to get her to drink it or she didn't want to? There's something with water on the bedside table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do you
That
understand that?
I can't. I don't, but
Okay,
maybe
I
it'll
think
come
do
to
me a
me.
favor. I feel like it will. I feel like at the end, I just want you to, because it's showing me a clear glass. The water is half full, which is really funny. And she gives me this sense of you were trying to, like, always nurturing her, but trying to get her to either eat or drink. And I feel like she was just not being able to do that. But I do feel like you're trying to. So just kind of hold on to that and then put it in the comments if that makes sense later, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then there's also, she's given me an L name. Like, I don't know if there's a Louisa or an L, the name L. It could be a middle name as well.
There's a Larry, and that is my brother.
Okay, you understand Larry. Is there a, Larry, I feel like she's giving me something with, a Larissa.
Well, and her name is Loopy.
Okay, that's her middle name or her first name?
No, her first name.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And what's her middle name? Is it like a Marie, like Loopy Maria or Loopy?
You know, I don't believe she had a middle name, or if she did, I didn't know it.
Okay. She's referencing, I feel like this Louisa is her name and another name. So I feel like she's giving me two names and I'm just combining them. So I feel like somehow this has got to be a middle name or a connection to your middle name. But I know she's recognizing her name and your name somehow, okay? And she gives me this, she's giving me this feeling where you two were like two peas in a pod. I feel like, you were very, very close. She's giving me this feeling of lots of love for you. She's also giving me this feeling of letting you know she's okay. Like, I feel like it's almost a sense of prayer around her, and I feel like with her saying, let you know I'm okay, I'm not worried. Also a sense of wanting to thank you because I feel like you were there so much helping with everything. And I feel like you've got the photo. You packed up the photos, and you may have just either be looking at a photo at this moment or pulled out a photo. But she's like saying, "I'm right here with you. I'm right here." So there's got to be a connection to a photo.
I have a picture on my wall that I look at quite often when I'm asking her to be around.
Yeah, so I want you to know that she is around when you're asking her, okay? And
now,
then
sometimes I feel a sense that I see her just either in my room or in the living room. Is that her that I do?
Yeah, but it's very subtle though. So just know that it's subtle. But yeah, it is her. But knowing that it's a subtle, like, she doesn't want to overwhelm you. And she also shows me a red rose for you. There's got to be, do you have a piece of something with her with a red rose attached to it? Like, maybe it's the top of a dish and it's got a red rose, but she keeps talking about a red rose.
I do. I have a picture in my bedroom with a red rose right next to her.
There you go. So I think she's
God. In fact, I'm looking at that picture right now.
I
the red
told
rose.
you were looking at it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She's
okay.
definitely letting you know that she is around you. So I think, I feel like she said that just to give you proof that she is in the house.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Because I always think, is that you, Mom, or is it somebody else? Does she say anything? Did she say anything about my brother, Larry?
I just feel like there's really a sense of maybe making peace with him. Like, I feel like there's a sense where she just feels like he needs a little help and a little love at this time. And I feel like more than anything, she wants her kids together. She doesn't want to see them divided in any way. So he may be pulling away, or he may be doing something, and I feel like there's a sense where she, you know, taking care of him as well. She want, you know, not to put that burden on you, but I feel like in a way that he may need some support and help right now as well. Does that make sense around Larry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like too,
he's been ill.
With him.
He's been ill, and he's kind of like going in a shell. And I keep praying to her to help him. And we all been trying to help him, but we don't seem to be getting anywhere.
Well, I feel like, you know, he has his own path, which we all do, but I feel like it's more about you just being there for him, and so he knows he's loved and supported, and I feel like that's what's making her happy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed, and we got so many callers in line, but I know your mom is around.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to hear that.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Give that picture a nice big kiss.
I'll have to come up and see you soon.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Oh,
and have a good night, okay?
I will. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Tony, didn't you love that with the rose on the picture?
I loved it.
I was like, she keeps talking about a picture, and you may be looking at it right now. And then she's bringing forward a rose. I love her mom, right?
Like,
how much fun
she
is that?
sounded like a hoot.
I know. All right, so I believe we have some other callers, right?
We have tons of callers.
All right, well, what's our next one?
How about we do 210?
Oh, okay, here we go. 210, you are on the air.
Hi.
Hi, who is this?
This is Jen.
Hi, Jen. How you doing, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Do you have a question for me tonight?
I do. First, I want to say thank you for the Coffee with Colby today. It resonated with a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in my life.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad. Awesome. All right. And do you want a little psychic advice?
I wanted to ask if you see a relationship anywhere coming up, or what I need to do to get to where that can happen.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to be really honest, Jen. When I tune in, I feel like you've been working on some other stuff. Like I keep feeling like there's a bit of adjusting that you've been going on, like a bit of trying to either find your path or find your purpose a little bit more. Like you're trying to get more and more clear on that. So does that make sense first?
Mm-hmm. It does.
Okay. It does, right? I'm sorry, you're cutting out. It does,
yes.
right?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay, yeah, do that. Talk, whatever you're doing, I want you talking to the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot better. But what I keep feeling like is, so you're not bringing in that partner yet, right? Because your energy and your vibration is still changing. You're still kind of getting into what you want, getting more clear on what you want. And I know you want a companion, but you also don't want to keep repeating the mistakes. Like I feel like you've gotten into a cycle and you realize that, and I think you're trying to say, hey, I don't want that. So I feel like there's just a little bit more time, and I feel like this partner will come in next year. You always have free will, so you're more than welcome to, but I feel like this partner is more next year. It doesn't have to be at the end of next year. It feels like we're in the first half of next year, but I do feel like you've been going through a major transition, especially recently, and I feel like basically by the end of the year, you're getting so much more clear on it. There's also a relationship that you let go of or that ended, and I feel like you've been dealing with that a little bit as well. So I do know that that's a part of it too. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, see, so I know I keep wanting to encourage you that you're on the right track. And I know this person is coming in. Do you know a Dan, or a David? Do you just happen to know that name at the moment?
Like on this side or the other side?
I don't know. I just literally heard the name Dan, like a D, Dan or David name. D-A is what I saw, and then I heard duh.
I just met a guy named Dario.
Okay. I feel like, here's what I want you to do with Dario, okay? Well, and I feel like there's a romantic interest with Dario. Is that correct? This isn't just a friend. Like this needs to be a bit more romantic.
I don't know.
Would you understand he has a romantic connection to you?
Say it again?
Would you understand he has a romantic connection to you or would like to?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. See, Jen, don't make me work too hard for this, honey.
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go really slow. I don't want you to look at Dario and say, is he the one? Where's this going to go? You kind of tend to do that sometimes. I want you to not do that. I really want you to just tell Dario, listen, I'd love to just, get to know you a little bit. I've been in the past getting in things a little too quickly, and I just need to take it slow. If you're okay with that, we can do that. And I feel like if you just get a chance to get to know him, I feel like you're going to see something that you're going to like, because I don't think he's quite like looks like your type. And I feel like if you just give him a chance, I feel like you're going to see that he's like a really compassionate person. And I think that there's something there to just look at. Okay.
Okay.
You promise to try that?
I will try my best.
Yeah. Remember, this is really more about you letting go of this perception you have of who you need and who's stepping forward and really surrendering to who spirit is putting around you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I hope that helps, honey.
It does. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Jen. Tony, that's how it works, right? We think or see or feel that it's going to be a certain someone, and so we forget to give other people a chance. But I got to tell you, sometimes spirit puts someone in and you just didn't expect it was going to happen or go where it's going to go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Been there, done that.
I know. You've had the same experience. So it is, I feel like for Jem, this is really about her letting herself go with the flow a little bit more and not trying to rush into, oh, it's not the one, forget it. Like, I think she's got to kind of go a little slower with what she's doing because she's still trying to work on some stuff. So that's what I got.
And you did a great job.
Thanks. All right. How about we do another color?
I think this is an overseas one because it looks like a...
Oh, no overseas. Let's keep it in the States for now.
Well, then there we go. We'll move on to the next one.
Because I'm just worried about the connection.
Got it. All right. So let's do a 360.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, no.
360. You are on the air.
Hi.
Hello. Who is this?
This is Angie.
Hey, Angie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing good. What can I do for you tonight?
So I have a little bit of a situation I could use some clarification on.
Okay.
I am curious about a relationship. I am married, but there's kind of another person maybe trying to get my attention.
Okay, got it. Are you allowed to say the name of the other person?
The name?
Yeah. Are you allowed to say that?
Sure. Bo.
Oh, well, God, that's a hard name not to like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. I feel like what is happening with Bo. Let me look into the marriage first. Can I talk about the marriage first? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. There's definitely a comfort level in the marriage, and I feel like there's already the marriage doesn't feel super tight to me. I'm sorry. Does that make sense? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The reason it's important is because I asked why is Bo stepping forward? But I feel like if Bo didn't step forward, you would kind of stay in this marriage that wasn't quite fulfilling. And I feel like you needed something that was an attraction enough to kind of pull you out. You have to make your own decisions, right? But I do feel like there's something about that, okay? I feel like this Bo person, there's definitely an energy about them, like an excitement about them, and almost like they're younger. Would they have been younger than you? Because they feel very much more energetic than, say, the spouse.
No, he's quite a bit older.
Okay, do you understand the energy that he still has, though? Because his spirit feels energetic to me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like with him, there's a sense where I just got a 15. I don't know if that's 15 years or a 15 connection, but I just get this sense.
Oh my God.
Is it 15 years?
I've been with my husband for 15 years. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just feel, listen, I think the thing is we have to look at these as two separate things, right? The marriage, I feel like you've been questioning and doubting anyway. So I feel like that's just part of it. And I feel like Bo really feels like he's around you a lot. So I feel like this is someone either you work around, or because I keep seeing him wanting to be around you. I feel like there's a strong sense where he's been coming in. And I do feel like there's something there. I can't tell you that there's nothing. I feel like it was a mutual attraction. Does that make sense with Bo?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. It's safe. No one else is listening to us. Don't you even worry about it, okay?
Okay.
I would love to listen. I'm not gonna. I think you have to make your own choices. But I gotta say, I do feel like there is something very special with Bo. I don't feel like he is just trying to play head games. I really feel like there's something deeper that is pulling you two closer together. And even though he's older than you, I feel like he will be way more adventurous. Like he just feels to be pretty adventurous to me, and wanting to like travel or do things with you. Like I feel like it almost feels more exciting, you know?
Yes.
So I hope that helps. I can't, like I said, I can't make these are tough decisions. You're faced with a tough problem at hand because I know you don't want to hurt your husband. But at the same time, I feel like there's a sense where you really, although you love him, I do feel like you've fallen out of love with him. And maybe that's just something to kind of look at for yourself.
Oh my gosh, Colby, you're amazing.
Oh, I know it's tough, but you can do it, you know? And maybe just rather than feel guilty about Bo, maybe just thank Spirit that for some reason they're putting him in your life, because it's time. Maybe you're strong enough now to kind of make the decisions that you've been thinking about making for a while.
Yeah, that helps so much. I can't thank you enough.
Okay, good. Awesome. Well, you have a beautiful night, okay? And I'm wishing you the best of luck with this.
Thank you so much, Colby. Have a great night.
Okay, thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Tony, how about we do another call?
All righty then. Let's go.
I am ready.
951.
951. I wonder where that is. Let's see. Okay, 951.
Hi, this
on
is
the air.
Hi, this is Sherry.
Hi, Sherry, where is 951?
It's Riverside County, but I live actually in San Diego County now. I just kept the phone number.
Okay, got it. What can I do for you tonight?
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe you could connect with my grandfather.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. He definitely gives me this feeling of, honestly, I will tell you, Sherry, he feels a little bit of like a pioneer to me.
Yeah.
I feel like, not to say that he was a gold digger or a gold miner, but I definitely feel like he was, looking for opportunity, always looking for a bit of where can I create something, a little bit of that entrepreneur feeling. But I keep seeing dirt. Did he dig in dirt, or is he?
He was a coal miner for a while, but he also had a dairy for a while.
He what? What was the second part of that?
He owned a dairy. Yeah,
okay,
and then
got it.
He did coal mining. And
I saw the coal mining. How crazy is that? That he just, what he showed me was an old picture of him in kind of that, it's an old coal mining picture. So there must be a photo of him. And we have that photo, and it's in black and white. And maybe it's not black and white. It might be more sepia tone. But it's
yeah, I think so.
Okay. But I feel like, and I'm curious. He must have had dark hair, because I feel like the photo, he's got dark hair, and I just feel like he was just this guy who was very adventurous, like really adventurous, especially for his time, And I feel like he wasn't afraid to use his hands for anything. And so even though his hands were a little rough, he was always very gentle, very playful with the kids. Do you know what I mean? So, and I feel like even around you, but you said a dairy farm, but I think he literally like milked the cows or had the cows on.
He
right?
did.
Right?
He did.
Okay. And I feel like you would have been a little girl, but I think you saw this farm or were on this farm as well. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like what's happening with that is he gives me a feeling of showing you how to milk the cows, right? Because I feel like you were wishy-washy about it. I think you were a little squeamish, and I feel like he would try to show you that it was okay. I'm kind of curious too. Did he have, I think sheep. Did he also have sheep on the farm?
I'm guessing he may have, but I really don't know.
You don't remember? Okay. I feel like because he shows me sheep or lamb. I don't know. Are lambs the same as sheep?
Yeah, you know what? I do believe I remember my mom talking about him having lambs on the farm.
Yeah, I do. I feel like he did. And I feel like there's a feeling too. Is there a Mary in the family, the name Mary, can I ask?
No one I can think of offhand.
I bet there can you look, when you get off, I want you to think about it and put it in the comments. I really feel like there's got to be a Mary, because when I said lamb, I heard Mary had a little lamb. So I feel like there's got to be the name Mary or a middle name Mary or something along those lines.
Huh. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Please check it out. And I feel like with your grandfather also, there's a sense too, is there, would you know his name to be John, or is there a John connection in the family as well?
Well, his first name was James, actually.
Okay, thank you. Okay, got it. Okay. It's weird. I've been getting my James and Johns mixed up like crazy lately. So that's really funny. We should see what his John's middle, James. See, I still want to call him John. Yeah, that's so interesting. You should see what his middle name is. But he gives me this feeling around him of really a sense too of being very proud of what he did. I feel like he had a lot of pride around what he did. And I feel like there was a sense of accomplishment with him. I feel like he could be very social. Like people knew who he was. He had relationships within the community. And I feel like he not just had the farm, but he would drive around in his truck to people in the community and either deliver the milk or kind of have talks with them about it or something around that. Okay. Because I feel like he loved that. I mean, he loved being on the farm, but he sure did love getting out and just talking to people. And it was just he really made a special place in that hometown. There's a convenient, like what we would consider a convenience store too, that he was real close to, whoever was in there. And I feel like he'd always go to that store as well. And I just feel like around you, there's a lot where he shows you, again, for you, there must be like a business decision or something that you've been thinking about, maybe investing. And I feel like he's like saying, you've got this, you've got it. So I think the way you think is very similar to him.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, so I feel like it's about knowing the choices you're making and trusting the choices and knowing that he's around you. Also giving a sense of loving his kids. Now, would you understand he's got your mom, as you mentioned. Would your mom have two brothers that you are aware of? Or he makes me feel like he has sons as well.
No sons.
Does your mom have two sons? Do you have two brothers? I keep seeing two sons. That's what I keep hearing. Two sons.
I have a brother.
Okay.
And my brother has two sons.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay, got it. All right. I feel like he's letting me know that he's watching the grandchildren or knows about the great-grandchildren for him, right? Because he's letting me know about two sons. There's also a daughter. And I feel like maybe, do you have a daughter? Is that right?
No, I don't have any children.
Is there also a daughter in the family that the kids have, that one of the grandchildren has?
Yes. Well, there's several.
Okay. Because
I have several great nieces, and I have a niece. Yeah.
Okay, because he's letting me know about these great-grandchildren. So I feel like for him, having this big family is something that makes him, like, I feel like he just wanted to be known, like he had parents, and I feel like he really did. I really feel like he kind of changed a bit of his family history, you know, and I think that makes him feel very, very proud of his name, very proud of his heritage. That just feels to be a big part of him. And I just feel like he is around to let you know that you're making those decisions too, that he's very proud of. He's very proud of your decisions and your business, and those next steps that you're working on as well. Okay. So,
okay.
All right. I hope that helped a bit.
Yeah, it did. It was just nice to hear from him, and I definitely know that was him.
Yeah, it's very fun. I just he's a very cool guy.
Yeah, he was well loved.
He is so well loved, but he loved everybody too. He really did. So I just want to let you know that he is okay. And I do feel like he lived to be pretty old, because he just, even in his older years, would just kind of get around, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of love to you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Tony, isn't that crazy? I was like, he's a miner. He's digging in dirt.
I do too. What are you talking about?
He's a coal miner.
Oh.
That's very, very cool. All right, time is flying by.
It is. It always does.
You know, it's so much fun. Let's take another caller.
Okay. Well, we have let's see, 812.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. 812.
There we go.
You are on the air. Who is this?
Hi, this is Julie.
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. What can I do for you tonight?
I'd like to connect with someone.
Who?
I'd like to connect with my dad.
Okay. Let's see. You know, the first thing I got was a man. Would you understand that your dad he could be a bit cheerful or maybe hearty, like a heartiness or a jolliness. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Like there's a real, the thing is that when I tune in, it's not jolly like light, it's jolly like hearty. So there's a real, like, even his laugh is a real hearty. Like, I think you can think of his laugh and still just makes you feel so warm inside. You know, he had this real laugh that I think was so distinct. Does that make sense around them?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. And he's also got this, I know he loved to make people laugh. I really feel like just him having that sense of humor, he loved that. I feel like he loved making people laugh. I do feel like in his older years, he's definitely stubborn. He feels like he doesn't like a lot of change. And he feels like he could be a little stubborn, especially like when it came time to, you either helping him with what he needed or taking care of him. Like, I feel like there's a stubbornness there. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. He also gives me the feeling, I feel like this passing was a little quicker. It feels like it's more of a quick passing. Do you understand that? Because I feel like for him,
Yes.
Almost like, I don't know if there's a heart attack or a stroke connection, but I just feel like it's quick in that way. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. There was a stroke connection.
Okay. Thank you. And I feel like, after the stroke that's where we don't have a lot of time. Like, maybe he's in the hospital a bit, but I feel like after that, we don't have too much time till when he transitions. Does that make sense?
Yes, he actually had barely over 48 hours.
Oh, I was saying 3. So I felt like it was 3 days, but you're saying it was really 2 days, right?
Yeah, it was, like 2.5.
Okay, we're going to give him 3, I think.
Okay.
He's like 3. So what was happening is, I feel like for him, this was really unexpected, I feel. Even for him, I don't really feel like he had a ton of issues before this. So I don't really feel like he was aware that this was on the radar, And so I feel like even towards the end, up until this stroke, I feel like he had been very active or going about doing things,
The stroke was actually like a result of a brain aneurysm.
Yeah, see, thank you, because I feel like for him, I feel like for him, even up until that point, he's sitting there taking care of things, doing things. I feel like, he's always trying to fix stuff. I feel like he's a good fixer. Always like, he's the kind of, always a tool in his hand, but just, I don't know if he's always using it, but he's always got the tool in his hand. Does that make sense around Dad?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I feel like too, even with your mom, so he was still married to your mom even up to the end, right?
Correct.
Okay. I feel like with your mom, like, can I let you in on a little secret with him?
Sure.
So I feel like your mom would want him to do stuff, but he would like sit there and like hold the screwdriver and say, "Oh, but I'm in the middle of this." Like, I feel like he would use that sometimes.
He probably didn't always move as fast as she wanted him to move.
And I feel like he's like, "Oh, but look what I'm doing." So, but I also feel like there had to have been a decision maybe to, I don't know if it's take him off of support, but I feel like he wants everybody to know it was the right decision. So whatever decision was made at the end, I feel like he wants to thank people for doing the right thing, because I feel like it was a really tough decision.
Yeah, we did have to make the decision to take him off life support.
I got to tell you, he is, I want to tell you, he's very grateful that the love outshined the desire to hold on. I know that was a tough thing. And I know, but I feel like he knew, he's very appreciative of that. Okay. And I just get this feeling around him where, he wraps you in a hug. Like, his hugs were like these big old bear hugs. So I feel like he wraps you in this hug, and he wants to thank you for keeping Mom together. So I feel like you had a lot to do with the organizing or the keeping things together for Mom after making sure things were taken care of. And she hasn't fully put all this stuff away. Like, I feel like either he's got shoes or slippers that are out. I wonder if she still keeps those out. Do you know she does?
She had, it's the Santa statue made for him, and it's still out in her house, but it's like a commemorative. He was alive when she had it done. She had it done as a gift for him. And it's all like things pertinent to him. And that she keeps that year round in her house.
Oh, got it. Okay. I just feel like he lets her know how much he loves her. And I got to tell you, he loves your mom so much. And I just want to share with you how much he loves you. And again, just thanking you for being there. Also, he really wants I feel like either it's everybody getting together at the holiday and he'll be right there. So I feel like either you're planning to go home and see mom for the holiday, and I feel like he's saying, I'm going to be right there too, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Are you going home for Thanksgiving or Christmas, spending it with mom?
Actually, all of us still live in town. And this year, my youngest, her birthday falls on Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving's a little bit of a bigger deal this year than it usually is.
Well, I feel like your dad is going to be there, he says.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like he's going to be there. And then your daughter's not going to be 16 by chance, is she?
No.
Oh, is there a 16th connection, something on the 16th of a month that you can connect to?
No.
He shows me a 16. So I feel like there's something around either an age of 16 or the 16th of a month. So can I leave that with you? And then if it makes sense for an anniversary or a birthday, you just put that in the comments. You promise?
Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like he says, I'm going to be there. And that, and it just lets me know he's going to be there on Thanksgiving as well. Okay? Okay. So lots of love to you and have a beautiful night. Lots of love from Dad. Lots of love to your mom. Okay?
Okay. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Tony, oh my goodness, I think we're done. I just want to share the flyers again. For anyone in New Jersey, there is the Sip with Spirit. We're going to do spirits and spirits. Like, who does not want to do wine tasting? And then, oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun. And then if not, you're in Orlando, come to Orlando and make sure you come and hang out. And I am so excited. I want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight, for listening, for calling in, for being so, just hanging in there and patient on the call line. And like I said, go Birds, and lots of love to you. And I will see you guys later. Good night, everybody.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.